Good day, Bible Club. I'm Gail Dingwell, pastor of Ridgecrest, New York, and this is the March mid-month summary for our one-year Bible study. Today we pick up the narrative of Scripture in the Hebrew book of Numbers. And the text of Numbers describes the camp life of the Israelite people as they make their way through the wilderness heading towards the promised land of Canaan. As you might imagine, in the very same way that God himself is very organized and very deliberate and very purposeful, in Numbers we see that the same is true of the camp life of the Israelite people. From the manner that they encamp, they array themselves surrounding the tabernacle, to their practices of worship, their sacrifices, their diet, and their offerings in the tabernacle itself, everything is very deliberate and very purposeful, meaningful, if you might. Now, as we look over this camp life, we see sadly that the people are never really satisfied. They always seem unhappy with whatever it is that the Lord provides for them. And strangely, they complain, they moan, they lament for the good old days. And by the good old days, I mean the time when they were slaves, when they were enslaved in Egypt. They complain about every detail of camp life. And on occasion, the Lord will actually punish, rebuke the people. This cost many lives. Even at the highest level, Miriam and Aaron rebel against Moses' leadership. And the Lord strikes Miriam with leprosy for a season. Now the Lord continues to lead the people as he said he would. He leads them, in fact, right up to the very edge of the promised land, Canaan. And the Israelites are compelled to send out spies to survey the land. 12 spies go, representing the 12 tribes. Now, the spies are very meticulous. They take 40 days, over a month, to complete their survey. And they return with a story and evidence telling of the abundance and the goodness of the land. But, and God is in the details, but they are terrified of the land's inhabitants. The land is awesome, but the inhabitants are frightening beyond measure to them. Now, two of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, give a very encouraging report, essentially saying that the abundance is real, and with God's leadership, they cannot fail. But the other 10 spies' report put such fear in the hearts of the Israelites that they actually refused to go forward. They refused to claim their inheritance, the promise of God. Well, you guessed it, the Lord rebukes the Israelites for their faithlessness. And he proclaims that no adult of this rebellious generation would ever set foot in Canaan. Instead, as a people, they would wander the wilderness for 40 years until this entire generation had passed away. Well, upon the Lord's rebuke, guess what the Israelites do? Yes, they once again rebel. They rebel, only this time they attempt to enter Canaan by their own strength, by their own force, and are smartly repelled by the Canaanite people. Within the camp, Korah and other Levite leaders rebel against Moses, really rebelling against the Lord. And so it is that once again, this time many thousands die, and the Lord must again affirm Moses as prophet and Aaron as high priest. Well, reading through the rest of Numbers reveals some tragedy in Moses' life. His brother Aaron and his sister Miriam pass away. And the people continue to grumble against the Lord, to rebel against Moses' leadership. Tragically, Moses too becomes so frustrated with their constant complaining and their stiff-necked ways that in a fit of anger, he forfeits the right to lead the people into Canaan. Well, after many decades, the Israelites' wilderness journey begins to draw to a close. Finally, they start to realize military victories over their enemies. And even in a story of the sorcerer prophet by the name of Balaam, we see that there is an ongoing, unseen spiritual battle as well. The Israelites stumble as fraternization with the Midianites caused many key leaders to yield to idolatry, with severe punishment as a result. And the last couple days of our reading has brought us out of the text of Numbers and into the new book of Deuteronomy, where Moses gives a lengthy address to the people about their new life in the new land, Canaan, as God's chosen people. With this, today I'll close, and until next time, I pray that you will discover the Father's blessing in His living word.